welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 10th of August. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe and hit those like buttons, guys. That helps me a lot. And comment down below. You know I love hearing from you. And I'll close my eyes and we'll just get started and see what comes up. Oh, now I'm getting these government leaders and these people who are rolling out the reset agenda. They're treading very lightly. So it's showing me them tiptoeing very, very lightly. They're trying not to tread on people's toes. Now they know what they've been rolling out, I would say pretty heavy-handedly for the last probably 2 months, is a lot. They've been dishing so much out to people around renewables, global crisis, food shortages, and they've hit people too hard. So now they've had to reassess. I say this a lot, that they have to come back together and regroup because their rollout hasn't just rolled out to perfection. So now they're tiptoeing. They're going to tread very gently. I'm not sure about Trudeau. He's not very good at treading gently. That's true. I know you Canadians would be thinking that. But I'm feeling like everybody else, they're proceeding their rollout reset with caution, because they can't afford for people to stand up against them. When people stand up against them, it puts the spotlight on and highlights their agenda, and they don't want it. I keep saying that because that's what happens. So they have to tread very lightly again. So we might find in the next month or two, there's a little bit of this like dulling down of the narrative. And I think a few of us could probably already say that's kind of happened a little bit. It certainly has here in Australia. They really hit us hard with, like, there were going to be electrical power strikes. We didn't have enough coal, gas, all this stuff. And now it's gone a little bit quiet. They're still pushing the renewables, but they're not in people's faces like they were, say, a month or so ago. And it's probably happening where you guys are too. Again, they're doing everything by stealth again. They're detouring. So when people stand up and highlight these things and people start to wake up, it causes them to stand up, and then that pushes back against government because they know something isn't right. I keep saying it. It's just so frustrating, isn't it? But that's what I'm getting. They're having to tiptoe now. Government, which is great, has to tiptoe, although we know how sneaky they are. They sneak around on their little tippy toes. I'll see what else we get today. Well, they're still trying to roll everything out. Don't think they've taken their eye off the prize at all, because their big prize, as we all know here on my channel, is the big dollar symbol. Chicking! Oh, yes, it's all leading to the dollars. God, we know Big Pharma's never got enough dollars. So everything on this reset agenda is leading down the road of dollars. I talked the other day about people who are on this jab journey and things like that, on the narrative, stuck on the narrative, well, on the train to nowhere. But we know that government, parliamentary leaders, pharmaceuticals, dictators, BlackRock, Vanguard, you name it, all these elites that are up here controlling the globe at the moment, well, they're on the road to the big money train, and it's showing me Money Mountain. It's this big mountain full of money. But that's what's just so bizarre, isn't it? These are the people spending all the money, and we're the ones picking up the slack. And we're going to have to be paying all these debts off. And big debts. Australia's got so much debt. I know every other country has. Look at Sri Lanka. They're completely done financially. But they're building Money Mountain over here. It's still going on. So this is where we're at. This is not great. That's what I'm getting for these people that are the elites. They're on the money train. They're trying to... And see, this is what I keep saying. They're so... they're so manipulative and they're so cunning. I talk about it all the time. Don't be surprised if they've got shares. I mean, we all know it here on my channel. They have shares in this and shares in Pfizer and shares in something else. And, oh, yes, they've invested in, of course, that... oh, God, it always seems to be around pharmaceutical companies. But they're invested in everything. Look at Bill Gates. He's buying up all the farms, which makes the vegan... products. So we've got all this like investment. So they're on their money train. They're just heading their train to Money Mountain, and they're making this big mountain of money. And meanwhile, Like I said, we're all the ones that are paying for all of this. Look at Trudeau, jet setting all around the world on his lovely little holidays. What a wonderful life he's having. Talk about unfair, but people are seeing it. It's not just us. I know we saw it very early on, but now these other people are seeing it because they know with the cost of living and everything that's going up, they're paying for it. And how's there any fairness in that? There isn't. So this is what's going to cause the global awakening. I'll see what else we get. Hang on. It's just saying people are tired of the fiasco. I'll keep talking about it. It's like a bloody fiasco. And the guides are saying for these people, the little people and the peasants, which is all of us and all the people following the narrative and the people waking up, and there's no end game for us. So it's like there's no end game. If these elite people stay in their power and keep trying to dictate and roll out their agendas, there is no end game for the little people. This game will go on and on and on. And the sad thing about the game is that we don't get a turn. We don't get a roll of the dice. We don't get a turn of the little arrow thing in the game. We don't get a turn. We're not, oh God, I've said it a few times, but we're not even on the board game. We're not on, clearly, not on their train. We could use the train analogy again. We're not on their train heading to Money Mountain. Oh, God, it's unbelievable, isn't it, the stuff that's going on? Hang on, let's see what else we get. Oh, I'm getting it. This is so cute, isn't it? They're showing me that people, this is all of us, all of us living here in Terrabella on my channel and all these other people who are waking up, they're starting to form like little villages. It's showing me that reconnection, and I talked about how important it is to reconnect and support each other through these really challenging times, but they're definitely showing me the example is a little village where they're really productive and they all work together and they help each other. I guess you could almost say a great example of this would be the Amish and the way they live that very simple life. I'm not saying we have to go and do that. That's quite extreme. But this is what I'm getting. People are working together now to improve their life because they're just tired of this. They're tired of this. So we're getting more of this kind of village life where it's all very simple. They're going back to basics. People are making their own clothes. No one makes their clothes anymore. People are swapping their gifts and their skills. So, and it's kind of going back to a lot of that simplified life. And we know that's what the Great Awakening is about. If you're on my channel, we know it's about getting back to who you really are and living a very simple life and removing all the ego and all the silly clutter and nonsense from our lives, both physically and mentally, I would say. So that's what I'm getting today. A lot of people, the peasants and the little people that these people have now created, the two tiers in society, there's them and us, a clear definition actually of that. That's what we're getting. We're getting people, and I guess that would be like even us on here on this channel, coming together with like kind. See, we exchange, on my channel here, we exchange a lot of energy. We talk to each other, we have a laugh, we have a cry together. We play so much music together, and the music, I know it's from the 80s, any of you young ones that are on here, you poor things. But mind you, 80s music makes a comeback if we think about Stranger Things and Kate Bush's song. So some of these songs come back again. But this is what I'm getting. You know, that's what we've done. That's our community. Our Terrabella is about the things that we share. We exchange what we're doing, how we're coping with this journey, and we're communicating. So communicating is a way of sort of forming a village as well, because it's getting back to basics again. It's people talking. Gosh, what, for 2.5 years or something, most of us were nearly in lockdown that whole time, on and off, and people weren't even communicating with each other. All life became was just everybody texting. So I do feel that people are going back to more of that grassroots lifestyle now because they're wanting it. They're pulling away from government. I keep saying it. They're turning their back on government and they're looking to go in different directions. Just let me see what else we get today. God, I'm getting France for some reason. I'm getting that, like the people have spoken in France. I feel like the people have made a real statement in France. I don't know what's going on over there. They're trying to live their best life in France. They're trying to get on with it. They are really trying to get on with it. They know life's really complicated and they're understanding that, but they're still trying to live their life. So I feel like in France, there's like this movement, and it could be about fighting back, but I am getting this movement. People are wanting to speak in France. They're wanting to have their say. And this could even be, I know Macron's in there, but this could even be about voting certain things. It's sort of saying like constitutional laws and things. People are wanting to have their say in their input. I'm definitely getting that for France. I don't know what's going on there at the moment, but changes are kind of afoot in France. Hang on, let's see what else we get. But the people want to have their say is what I'm getting. God. I'm getting America. I'm getting that in America, people are very spontaneous now. In America, people aren't following the narrative to a T. People in America are getting into their own power again now. Oh, and you know what I really feel? It's because there's no confidence in your leader, as we know from the rest of the world looking on. Oh, God, what can we even say about that? But I do feel like people in America are feeling braver. They're feeling more confident in their own decisions. They're not relying on government. I think if you're living in America, you realize that you're on your own. And I know that would make logical sense for anybody living there. Zach, you live out there. People are more comfortable with making their own decisions rather than listening to government. And I think that's a very good way to be, because as we know here on my channel, you can't trust government and the things they're rolling out. But I do feel there's that real lack of confidence. But people are determined to do things their own way in America. You know, you have got a certain amount of sheep. We know that everywhere does. But I do feel a lot of people are standing up. Oh, God, they're even saying, like, Biden's losing his, like, social graces now. Oh, it's just getting beyond sad, isn't it? It really is. They're saying his dignity's, like, being squashed by all of this that is going on. That the fact that no one stepped in and giving him a helping hand is just, it's getting beyond sad now. Like, how long do they think this can go on for? It's actually being very destructive and very harmful to America. On the global scale, to the global audience, I guess you could say. And I don't mean this is from me, but it's like America's becoming like this laughing stock. Not the people. I don't mean the people, not you if you're watching my channel. I meant politically. Politically, it's becoming like a real circus show, and we know that it is. I mean, gosh, what if they swept the Hunter Biden thing just under the rug and it never happened? Like, everything gets swept under the rug. Gosh, like it didn't even happen. It's just complete insanity, isn't it? So this is what I'm getting on that global scale. Like, America used to be a country that people really did look up to, but now it's got that political laughing stock at the moment. And I don't mean it in a negative way, because you guys even see what's happening over there. Like, it's to the point that, God, something has to give is probably what I'm thinking at the moment. Because it's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? What's going on with that man? He's making the country's massive, massive life-changing decisions, although he's probably doing better than some of the politicians the rest of us have got. But I am getting that in Canada. People are now finding their own power and their own decision-making process is like feels safer to them rather than listening to government, which we can all relate to. So I don't mean America as the laughing stock. I just mean the whole political show, charade, whatever you want to call it. It's just getting embarrassing now that no one has stepped in and taken over the reins. Imagine if Trump gets back in. Oh, God. Aren't they giving him a hard time? And that's another thing. See, that's another part of the political process is kind of getting like embarrassing and stupid now, is you know, the FBI raiding Trump's home, and it's all just getting, it's like they're looking for anything they can to get everybody's mind off the Hunter Biden laptop. Like, we all know what's going on. Distraction, distraction. America is very good at that. But you guys are feeling, you know, you're really listening to your own decision-making processes now. Let's see what else we get. I think England, you're not far away from making a decision now. I'm getting, people are kind of banding together now, and it's showing me like in England everything's kind of bottlenecking now. The decision process is starting to be made. And it's showing like people looking from the outside, looking in at these two. I feel like, I'm not sure how your process works over there if you go to the vote or the parliament just votes these people in. But it's showing me that the public and people looking from the outside are really looking into these. I think it's two candidates, a man and a woman. People are really looking into these candidates now. They're looking at their history. And see, this is what I said about people are starting to dig now. They're starting to find their information because everybody's feeling a little cautious about, as we know they should, about their government and parliamentary leaders. So I'm definitely getting that people are kind of doing their bit of research. What's their past? What skills do they have? Oh, people in England are tired. Tired. They just want to move forward now. And that's why they sort of want to get this person in. It's showing me that bottlenecking. They want it all to just be done and dusted. And you do get bombarded. You get sick of people in your face all the time and ads and all this stuff. Whenever there's a campaign, we've had it here in Australia, it just drives you crazy. And it's just they play off each other, and it's just a big act, as we know. So I'm definitely getting that. People just want that sort of behind them now. They're sick of all the political... God, Boris Johnson turned it into a circus event as well. So that's what I'm getting for people in England. They just want all this sort of done now, and so they can sort of move on to the next thing. God knows what the next thing will be. Who knows when there's part 2 of the reset. Oh my goodness. Hang on, let's see what else we get. Ooh, I'm getting there's a lot transpiring in Australia. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Oh my God. I'm just getting that. See, I believe that Canada and Australia, and I think most of you would agree, have been big trials for this reset agenda, and we've been a big experiment. Victoria and Melbourne here in Australia, the most locked down city in the world, was locked down for 2 years. Can you imagine 2 years having a toddler in your house for 2 years? Oh my God, you'd never cope. But that's what I'm getting. I'm feeling like there's something happening with Australia. I'm getting this like uniting. Well, we know that's happening. More uniting around the globe. Oh God. Our Prime Minister's off jet setting. God, I think even the Prime Ministers are tired of all this agenda. That's what I'm getting. They're tired of it because they just want it to go smoothly, and it hasn't. Personally, I don't understand why they want to do all this. It drives me crazy that they're just taking everybody's energy, making everybody tired, including themselves, obviously. Albanese's obviously tired from jet lag, from jet setting all around in their private jets. It must be so tiring getting jet lag from your private jet, mustn't it? So I'm getting something's happening with Australia. It's almost saying we're on the map. And I'm thinking, you know how I was talking the other week about all these leaders competing now for who's going to be the first one to introduce this, or who's going to have the most renewable, and all this kind of, they're competing amongst themselves, these leaders now, and that's kind of what I'm getting here. I feel like our leader is trying to beat people in certain areas. Oh my God. Like, why? Why would you even care? Why don't you just let Australia be free? We used to be known as like the lucky country. Now we're just all overwhelmed country, and everybody's tired and bedraggled, and no one wants to travel here anymore. They can't get workers to pick anything at the farms and fruit and veggies. can't be picked, and there's just no foreign students coming in. Australia's in a terrible way. Oh my goodness. So I'm definitely getting there's something coming for Australia. So look out for that, I can imagine. I'll just see where else we go. I'll see if there's any closing messages today. How's it, guys? They're saying one day we're going to look back and like laugh at all this, and there's going to be like all these memes. Well, there already is a lot of memes, isn't there? But there's going to be like COVID memes, and it's going to be like the biggest joke. It said we're going to love it. It said we're going to just giggle about all of this, and there's going to be all these like just memes about remember when you could work. You didn't have to have a job, a jab to get a job, or those kind of sayings, like when you didn't have to get a jab to get a job. Like this is like 2019 or something. And there's just going to be all these funny memes, and they're saying that we're going to laugh when we look back in years to come. Oh, and they're saying it might be 5 years' time, but we will look back and laugh at all the things that have happened and what we've been through, but there will be all these memes. Can you imagine the amount of memes and the things people will come up with around the CV virus and all the lies and oh gosh. But that's what I'm getting. There's going to be like all these memes about they're even saying like stuff like I'm just going to watch the news, and then people will be like putting on YouTube, and they'll have the TV they'll turn the TV off and then put like YouTube on or something like that. That's what they're showing me, like all these memes where it's just taking the mickey out of everything, and it's really funny looking back at all the stupidity. And oh, honestly, you could go on and on, couldn't you? Let me know down below if you've got any good meme ideas. Well, maybe we could start them now and get them going, because they would be truth memes, wouldn't they? Oh, anyway, I might leave you with that today, because it's just sometimes I just shake my head. I can't believe this is even happening. Is this even real, guys out there? Sometimes this is the most ridiculous thing we've ever experienced in our whole life, isn't it? Oh, thank God we've all found each other. That's all I can say. So look, thanks for the laughs, thanks for the cries, and leave some memes. Let's come up with some funny memes and ideas, and we can start sharing things and having a bit more of a laugh, because that's the truth, isn't it? I'm going to watch the news. I'm going to go and put YouTube or something. I'm going to watch David Icke. Oh no. Or Max Igan, that's another one. He's really good as well. Oh, to get our real news. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to go and do some gardening. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye, everybody. Bye.